Hey again, this is Big Wolf again. I just did it. As you can see, my hands are black. I didn't think I was gonna start recording until I finished the job. But I just changed the brake pads on my tow truck, and here's the tow truck. And as you see, I'm sitting on the tires up under. I'm sitting on this other tire right here up under my tow truck. And the reason I'm recording this is because I wanted to show you this is what my brake pads look like. They were down to basically metal on metal. So what I had to do was, and it wasn't the back one. The back one is back there. It wasn't the back one that was bad. It was the front one, and I heard that it was grinding. And if you see, my front rotor is kind of grinded down because my brake pad went bad. However, the back is still smooth and the brake pad is still good. So what I did was I had an extra set of brake shoes or brake pads under my seat, and what I did was I took off the old one and put on a new one. And if you look at the newer brake pads, you can see that they're all the way thick, and it's the metal on the back. But this old one, the metal is just metal. It's no pad. And so if you look at them together, you'll see that, if I hold it like this, you'll see that the newer brake pad is thick and the older brake pad is just metal, because I actually grinded them down when I was towing cars. And if you know anything about tow trucks or cars, anytime you tow something, you have double the weight that's on your brakes, so you have to get really good brakes to withstand the load of both your vehicle stopping, which my tow truck is about 12,000 pounds, and then with the car on top of it, say if it's a Suburban, which I tow a lot of, you're looking at another 5,000 to 6,000 pounds, or even 7,000 pounds for a Suburban or Yukon. So my brakes go bad. For this particular set of pads, I actually changed it 2 times in the last month, but it typically doesn't do that. But because my rotor had some abrasions on it, as you can see, it actually wore my brake pads down quicker than they usually do. I actually took off my brake pads over a year and a half ago, and I changed them to these the recent pads. But because the rotor had some grooves in it, it actually ate the pads up quicker. So typically your brakes are supposed to last on a tow truck or even on your car for a year or more, and they did last a year on my tow truck. However, because my rotor was bad, I needed to put brakes on in a month. So now what I'm going to do is I just changed the rotor on the other side, those other 2 tires. So I'm going to have to, in about a week or so before this pad gets bad, I'm going to have to change this this rotor again. So that involves taking this cap off and taking out all the bearings and all of the grease, and removing this, and then knocking the bolts, I can't think of their names right now, knocking these out, and then removing this front plate, and then the back plate is the rotor. So I'm going to have to actually put a whole new rotor onto the truck. So I just wanted to let you know that I was working on my truck, and I didn't think about it until afterwards. But let me give you a quick rundown. What I had to do was I had to stick a screwdriver in here to knock my caliper back some, because it was out, and then I had to remove this hex screw, and then I had to knock this pin out. And when I knocked the pin out and I pushed the caliper back, I was able to then pull this caliper off and remove the old pad and put the new pad on. And so and then what I did was I put this back on, put the pads on, put the caliper back on, lined it back up, put the pin in, and then put the hex screw back into it. So I just wanted to touch bases, let you know I did my brakes. And if you like it, hit like. If you want to make a comment, leave a comment. If you want to leave a comment, and then we'll go from there. And I'll record some more of my stuff that I do with my tow trucks and my business. Thank you.